Politics is a waste of time because you have and will never have any meaningful effect on the political system. The minimum buy-in for a seat at the table of change is in the billions. Voting, commenting, protesting, spreading awareness are all worthless. If they had any meaningful effect, they wouldn't let you do them. Now, whether you protest or participate makes no difference, and more importantly, none of that nonsense is going to pay your rent. Unless you're financially free, you don't have time to be fucking around pretending you're a politician. Being part of politics or part of any other movement just means you're being pimped on. Unless you're a movement leader, movements aren't worth your time. The only position you should play is the one that pays. In dollars, in adulation, in influence. Otherwise, you're just trading one master for the other. And you're getting triggered, upset, outraged, horrified, and angry in the process. None of which are good for your primary priority in life, the ruthless pursuit of your own happiness. The good news is that it's not your duty to care about politics. When you understand history, you understand why this is true. When you understand history, you understand politics, because history always repeats itself. And the history of our world begins almost 10,000 years ago. Until then, we lived in small, nomadic, hunter-gatherer tribes. And in those small tribes, without access to advanced warfighting technology and weapons of mass destruction, our worst instincts were held in check. And because our tribe was our kin, crime was a non-event. But agriculture allowed us to build civilizations. And with those civilizations came large societies. And with large societies came anonymity, where we learned to live shoulder to shoulder with people who weren't part of our tribe. And within those anonymous large societies, crime became common. And we turned to rulers to protect us from each other. But it takes a certain kind of person to rule over 300 million strangers. And this kind of person is not like you or I. They're just good actors. Empathy is not the defining trait of a ruler. Salesmanship is, through the illusion of empathy. In almost every case, it's the most ruthless, deceptive, or outright violent that rise to the top of the heap and keep the proles in line through propaganda, force, and bribery. They call them the ruling class for a reason, because they are a different breed of people. And history is nothing more than the classes versus the masses. The classes being the most intelligent, violent, ruthless, wealthy, deceptive, connected, calculating, brave, and lucky. And their goal is always and has always been to rise to the top of the pyramid and pimp on the rest of the population. This is our past, present, and future. The problem is people. As long as people want to rule and to be ruled, we'll always have rulers. If everyone was happy, high IQ, kind, and well-adjusted, we wouldn't need or want to be ruled. People would smile and wave to each other on the street, and life would be gentle, peaceful, and crime-free. But people are selfish and stupid, hence the world we have now. A world where there is nowhere on God's green, beautiful earth where you can live without a criminal mafia known as government putting guns in your face and telling you what to do. This is your world. It's a pyramid, it's a slave ship, it's a food chain. It's how it is, and it's how it always will be. And the human being sits at the top of the pyramid as the ultimate predator. Where other animals exist because we allow them to, and where we slaughter them wholesale and deliver them to your doorstep for you to devour. And at the top of the human being sits the super predator, the politician, the oligarch, the general, and under no system of governance has this changed even in the slightest. Politics is nothing more than pro wrestling, with the overt battles for the marks to see and the backstage battles for the real power. And you are a spectator. That's why protesting is pointless. Protesting is as pointless as the rabbit protesting the tiger. Politics is propaganda and programming. In every case, at all times with no exceptions. And buying in isn't going to get you anywhere. They tell you that you should care because politics affects you. And it's true that politics does affect you, but you don't affect politics, and you never will. That's why you need to focus on controlling what you can control. They tell you that you need to be an informed citizen, but you don't. You can be completely uninformed and it won't make a difference in your quality of life. But if you neglect your health and your wealth and your relationships and your lifestyle while you play politician, make no mistake, you'll pay the price. You'll pay the price with your mood, your mental health, and most importantly, your time. Time that you can never get back. Time that could have been spent getting what you want out of life. The game is the game is the game. Good news is you don't have to play their game. You don't owe society an alternative because there is no society. There's only individuals trying to get by. Individuals like you and me. And as an individual, you don't need an ideology. All you need is a strategy. And that strategy is the pursuit of your own happiness. That means health, wealth, women, security, sunshine, clean food, exercise, and all the good things in life. And you don't need to spend a lifetime trying to get those things. You can start today. All you have to do is choose. Choose to step into positivity, into light, into happiness, and you get to start getting what you want today. Instead of trying to spend a lifetime trying to control things that are out of your control. So let the bad people play their war games while you focus on living well. Step outside the pyramid and the propaganda and the programming and start playing the game of life. Not for society, but for yourself and the people you care about. It's the only way to win.